That feeling when your friends are busy, and your partner is away, and you've got a whole weekend to yourself. The itch of anxiety starts. The silence seems deafening. You immediately fill it by turning on the TV, scrolling social media, anything to avoid being alone with your thoughts. I've been there too. But what if solitude isn't something to dread, but an opportunity? A chance to reconnect with yourself, tap into creativity, and find peace. In this video, I'll share how learning to embrace alone time could be life-changing, and also share some practical tips to help you overcome the fear of being alone. Stick around, a fuller life awaits. Avoiding solitude means avoiding our greatest human gift, ourselves. Albert Einstein. Loneliness and solitude are two words that are often used interchangeably, but they carry distinct nuances in their meaning. Loneliness is that distressing sense of isolation and yearning for connection, while solitude represents a deliberate choice to be alone, finding solace and nourishment in one's own company. In essence, you can be alone without feeling lonely. Most people shy away from solitude like it's an awkward situation to be in. But honestly, why do we dread being solo so much? Well, for starters, it goes against the grain of everything society tells us. We're social creatures after all, right? The unspoken rule is that being alone, loser status. From water cooler talks during breaks at work to busyness to the fear of missing out that keeps us hysterically scrolling feeds, we've convinced ourselves constant companionship is the key to fulfillment. Our irrational fears also drive us away from solitude. Letting your mind wander solo often leads inward, which can get uncomfortable. What if I face something I don't want to deal with in there? We subconsciously worry. What if I have to come face to face with my own mortality? Or worse, boredom. We also fear that if we're alone, something bad will happen, and there will be no one to help. And so, we distract ourselves by keeping our brains occupied and our schedules full at all times. Because staying busy must mean we're living life to the fullest, right? But the busier we are, the more we pile on, the less we're able to handle solitude when it inevitably comes. Whether it's a few minutes waiting in line at the store or an evening when plans fall through, those small doses of aloneness seem excruciating because we never exercise our solitude muscles. They've atrophied from underuse. Our avoidance of solitude is also often rooted in false narratives, that we require non-stop stimulation and activity to feel valid, that the voices, opinions, and attention of others are more important than our own inner voice, that if we're left to our own thoughts, we'll discover we don't actually like our own company. By avoiding solitude, we deprive ourselves of so much inner growth and self-discovery. Well, solitude provides much-needed space for self-reflection that our crowded lives often lack. Time alone allows us to tune into our inner voice, gain clarity, and get to know ourselves on a deeper level. By probing our innermost thoughts and feelings, we build the strong sense of self that makes us less swayed by outside pressures and opinions. Solitude also unlocks creativity and problem-solving. Original ideas spring like magic when we quiet outer noise and nurture our inner muses. Remember how J.K. Rowling dreamed up Harry Potter while stuck on a delayed train for 4 hours? Alone time lets our imaginations running wild. Additionally, the quiet contemplation of alone time lowers stress and anxiety. Without constant stimulation, our nervous system calms, our breathing slows, and our ever-racing minds settle. This reduces blood pressure, heart rate, and everyday tension. Most people get their spiritual awakening through solitude. It allows spiritual and mindfulness practices to take root and flourish. Silent solo time empowers activities like prayer, meditation, journaling, and closeness with nature to nourish our relationship with something larger than ourselves. By learning to appreciate our own company, our confidence and self-esteem are boosted from within. We realize we don't need constant validation from others. Our inner light burns brightly solo. Without the social exhaustion of perpetual people-pleasing and performance, solitude enables our minds and bodies to fully recharge and rejuvenate. Our overtaxed systems are renewed. Solitude teaches us that less truly is more. The empty space we so fear holds the key to improved focus, creativity, relationships, and purpose. Don't just survive your alone time, learn to thrive in it. I myself struggled to appreciate being alone, and the very thought dreaded me. However, once I started implementing little solitude rituals into my routine, I began to embrace and even crave my me time. Start where you are. Don't wait for a big chunk of time. Find small moments in your daily routine to be alone, like your commute or lunch break. Start small. Trying to force hours of me time can be discouraging. Instead, begin with mini solitude bursts. Take a 5-minute walk alone or spend 15 minutes reading in silence. Gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable. Not fearful, focus on activities you genuinely enjoy when alone. Do you love baking? Whip up a treat just for yourself. Crave quiet reflection? Light a candle and journal your thoughts. Associate alone time with pleasurable experiences, not forced isolation. Don't expect instant Zen-like peace. There will be moments of restlessness or boredom, and that's okay. Allow your mind to wander, doodle, or simply be quiet. It's all part of the process. Again, being alone doesn't mean being lonely. Join online communities based on your interests, attend solo-friendly events like cooking classes, or find an app for solo board gamers. Remember, connection can exist even in solitude. Our brains are great at catastrophizing. When negativity creeps in, challenge it with reality checks. Is being alone really as bad as your mind makes it seem? Often, the fear is worse than the experience. Remember, growing your solitude muscle takes time, patience, and self-compassion. Start small. Find what works for you. You've got this. Before you go, let me know in the comments one way you'll add solitude to your routine. I love hearing your ideas in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.